Alright, hello and welcome to another episode of the Manchester United bulk recorded career mode for this week. This is going to be recorded on the Thursday. This is going to make it really confusing because it's going to be recorded on Thursday the 17th, but it won't be uploaded, or sorry, Thursday the 15th, but it won't be uploaded till Thursday the 22nd. So it's a whole week out, which is crazy. That's how far behind I am at this point. I don't know what's happened in a week's time, but I will be down in England. So I will not be able to do anything right now because it's already a week in advance. But anyway, today we do have West Ham. If you didn't see the last episode, it's fucking funny. It is fucking funny. We did lose 5-1 to Juventus. Yes, we did. We did, unfortunately. Juventus outplayed us. They did so much better than us. It should have only been about 3-1. In my humble opinion, but 5-1 unfortunately was the full-time scoreline, and they did deserve the victory ultimately. So I'll admit when I'm beat, but it is quite funny because I'm just going to show you guys. I'm just going to show you. I've laughed about 3 minutes between episodes recordings here, but looking at the Champions League group now, Juventus is still out because Galatasaray pulled out a victory over Ajax, which means ourselves and Galatasaray will advance to the next round. And even though Juventus pummeled us 5-1, they will still go crashing out of the competition. That is the best day I've seen for a little while. Juventus will go into Europa League despite beating us 5-1. I'm sure they'll go on and win the Europa League, and if they don't, I'll have questions. But we are going to go through, and Juventus are going to go out despite the fact that they beat us 5-1. That is crazy, but also hilarious. So before we go in to pick the squad against West Ham, we'll take a look at the news stories. Kulusevski grabs brace as Juventus beat Manchester United. Kulusevski was in superb form for Juventus, scoring 2 goals to power his side to a 5-1 win against United. Does it mean anything? Absolutely fucking not. So I don't know why they're talking about it. Juventus have run out as victors in the latest tie in the Champions League. An intense match which has looked evenly matched on paper. They triumphed over, I wouldn't say bitterly disappointed. I'd say laughing in stitches kind of thing, because we cannot stop laughing at Juventus, despite them being us 5-1. So, big game this weekend though. Liverpool and Manchester City will clash. And you bet I'll have the goal news on for that. Who will Chelsea be playing? Because they're actually more concerning currently. Are they playing today or are they playing tomorrow? They're playing tomorrow against Spurs. Go on, Spurs. Pull something out of the bag for me. Right, so after this though, we have to bear in mind after this we do have Arsenal 3 days later. So we may have to figure out a way of rotating the squad a little bit. And then after that, by 4 days we'll have Bournemouth. It'll just keep going until we get this little rest break between Aston Villa and Newcastle. So it's going to be midweek games and weekend games for a little while now. And of course, that December fixture build-up will come into play. So we'll figure out what we want to do with this squad, but also with the fact that we do have Arsenal next. So what we're going to do, we're going to go one striker, and it will be Aussie men. I have gone on the wrong formation for a start, so that's not a good beginning. So we're going to have Aussie men, Rashford, Fernandes, Alexander. I think that looks about right. We're going to start Donny today, because he hasn't started in a while, and we'll start Gvardiol and Mazraoui as well. And we'll leave it like that, I think. We can make some substitutions, of course, as well, as and when we need them. Is there anyone missing out? Would I like Shaw on the bench? I think we'll be alright with that Shaw, won't we? And, of course, actually, no, we'll give Mazraoui another run out, because Mazraoui hasn't really had the attention he deserves in this career mode. But we'll do that. I reckon we'll go with that for this game against West Ham. We want to stay strong and win, but we also need to remember that we've got a game in 3 days against Arsenal, so changes may be made at certain points. So, we've got Donnarumma in goal, Cucurella and Mazraoui as the fullbacks, Gvardiol and Upamecano as the centre-backs, McTominay and Van de Beek as the centre midfield options, with McTominay, of course, that a little bit further behind in CDM, and Van de Beek a little bit further forward in centre mid. Rashford left attacking mid, Alexander right attacking mid, Bruno Fernandes the cam. It might be his make or break game, to be honest, because he hasn't been performing as well as I want him to. We may have to try and rotate it a little bit and see what else we can do, because Fernandes Not been at his best. We may rotate him out, give him a bit of a break, just to see if it makes any difference. I doubt it, but we'll just to see kind of thing. And then Aussie men up top for us as well. I should have mentioned that before we started going on the Fernandes rant. Pickford in goal for West Ham. He's always a pain to try and beat in this game with goals, so it's going to be difficult to put one past him, but we'll try our best to put at least one past and hopefully more, and hopefully win. Johnson and Odriozola, the full-backs. Diop and Kim Min-jae, the centre-backs. Marino and Soler, the centre midfield options for the Hammers. Benrahma left mid. Bowen right mid. Pablo Fornals, the cam and captain. And up front, it is Ramos. I believe last time we played against West Ham, it was a problem for us to deal with Bowen. So we'll make sure we've got Liverpool and Man City news on, because that's the only game I really care about. And we will head into it at Old Trafford. I'm expecting nothing less than 3 points. But of course, I understand if morale's down a little bit from that Juventus game. But at the same time, it didn't really matter, so I don't know why morale would be down.
Well, it's been raining cats and dogs in the build-up to this game, and it's still coming down heavily here at Old Trafford. My name is Derek Ray, and sitting next to me here on the commentary gantry is the former Arsenal and West Ham United midfield man, Stuart Robson. And it's all about action from the Premier League in this case. It is Manchester United up against West Ham United.
Well, Derek, as is always the case, the team that dominates midfield will be the team that controls...
I've got about an hour 45 to record 2 episodes. I should have left myself plenty of time. Just for clarification, I had to go out about 4:30 and it's 3:45 just now, so got plenty of time.
Well, so far this season, Derek, he's been the outstanding
Finley Alexander, apparently a player to watch, and I would be also very mindful of a lot of these other players, but Alexander, the biggest assister so far this season, 6 assists thus far. Teammate Bruno Fernandes, even though he's slowed down a little bit, still has 5 assists to his name. I'm maybe being a bit overcritical of Fernandes, but his past few games, he's not really been the Fernandes that I want.
The lineup for Manchester United.
It used to announce my players when the lineup's coming out, but it doesn't anymore. I'm guessing it's because I've changed the United team so much. Look at that bench, man. Look at, we've got so much quality.
Well, they're starting with an attacking 4-5-1 formation with 3 players in advance of 2 holding midfielders.
I want to see if West Ham have any quality off their bench that they need to. They might need to utilise this game. Who have they got on their bench? It's not bad. Paul Dummett is a interesting signing. We'll still leave it at that. Why the fuck did they have Paul Dummett? But they will kick off proceedings here at Old Trafford today, so we can't laugh at them because we need to beat them to try and stay ahead of Chelsea, who will face Spurs, and as well as Liverpool and Man City, who will face each other. Let's come off Masraoui last. It will be a throw into West Ham. They've done smart there with Benrahma. Jared Bowen, try to control it. Does, but Kukureya blocks, and it's going to come to Rashford. McTominay, Bruno. I want Alexander to start making a run. Better late than never.
United could be onto something. Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno. Donny. I want McTominay to come forward a little bit. I think Rashford might be offside. He's not. McTominay. Fuck it. Oh, it's blocked. We'll take the corner. I had McTominay to move a bit further forward there, and I just thundercunt it from the edge of the area, but he didn't move forward, so we couldn't thundercunt it from the edge of the area. So now we've got a corner against West Ham here at Old Trafford, 6 minutes in. It's not the end of the world.
And over it comes.
Towards Aussie men. Oh, not quite. Alexander should get there, and he does.
Could really get at the opposition.
And then he gets
Took
tackled
care
by
of the
Bowen.
situation defensively.
I'll try and find an option, but there's just too many West Ham bodies there to get anything going, really.
As we
Benrahma.
glance at the table, it really is shaping
I
up
said
to
does
be a
up with
captivating
McCann. He didn't really do
season.
anything, to be
Highly
honest.
competitive, especially at the summit.
Well, what a great title
The
race
top
this
four
looks
is
like being.
kind of
Yes,
taking
there's a
shape.
long way to go, but it's difficult to split.
Big chance.
Good save, Donnarumma. Cucurella got done there. Thank God we've got Donnarumma, man. We
Able
conceded
to
so much
survive
more
that
if we just
attacking
kept De
push.
Gea as our number one.
Not giving their opponent
I wasn't
a
initially going to sign
space.
Donnarumma as my new goalkeeper because it's just
So close to
meta,
getting
but
that early goal there.
fucking hell, sometimes meta's
Wonderful
best.
save by the keeper, you have to say.
Real chance.
Put the fucking foot in. Thank you, Donnarumma, again. Why? Why is nobody putting the foot in on the
Well, that's
tackles?
the end of that for now.
Van de Beek releases Alexander. Takes on
Decent
Diop.
progress with the ball at his feet, and he's kept it out.
And takes a shot on at Pickford, but it's saved. Two good goalkeepers so far today. I know it's our first shot on target, though, really. So it's a good save from Pickford. Donnarumma has bailed us out big time. We should be 1 or maybe even 2-0 down to the Hammers here. I don't know why my players are so hesitant to put the foot in. I'm pressing B for the record. It just doesn't seem to happen. Fernandes
The delivery.
towards Upamecano.
Well, just couldn't quite control the header, and a disappointing effort in the end.
That's where you need Maguire. It's on the header, but fucking hell. It's going to Rosette nearly. Nearly to the car park. Pickford. To launch it towards Benrahma. It's actually gone towards Ramos in the end. Van de Beek
Johnson
tries
now.
to knock it onto Alexander, but it hasn't worked.
Benrahma. And there to
But
intervene.
Meccano does well to cover and keep the ball under pressure. Good Alexander spots
Victor
Aussie men.
Osimhen.
Bruno. That run from
Bruno
Rashford's actually
Fernandes.
opened up space for Bruno here on the left.
Take the lead here. Oh, but he's missed it.
So I mean, like, he seems to be off his fucking game. He
Well, I
scores
just don't
that
know,
usually.
Derek. Just a real lack of composure in the end. They should be
It's just
ahead now.
not Bruno. I'm starting to wonder if the shot error sliders have actually had some fucking power in this game, because there's a lot more shot error from me. Donny to Bruno. Alexander.
Victor Osimhen.
Aussie man, that was actually meant for Donny, but we'll bypass that. And Rashford can't keep control of the ball. That's not meant to be Guardiola. It's meant to be McTominay that want to be there, but offside against Benrahma anyway. Looking at Benrahma, by the way, is just reminding me of how much West Ham wanted him off their books at the start of the season. I think we had swap offers for Hakimi and Mazraoui, both involving Benrahma. They had money and Benrahma for one of my right backs. It was hilarious. Can you release the ball, Alexander? I mean, I didn't press A there, but I'm just hoping he can do it anyway. Hoping he knows.
The attack continues. They're making considerable
Bruno
progress.
back to Alexander. Takes on Johnson. Takes on the whole West Ham defence. And Pickford
Well, that
again.
had to be a
Can
goal,
you
didn't
piss
it?
off, mate?
What a stop that is.
Doing my head in. Bruno looking for options in the centre here. We're going to go for Aussie men.
Delivering it.
Of course, it hasn't gone to Aussie men. Don't be silly. Alexander
Van de
to
Beek.
Donny.
Well, closed
Heck
down
it.
straight
Ah,
away.
blocked by Soler. Maybe the heck it wasn't a good idea.
Bodies forward.
It could
and the
mean a
break
counter for
looks
West
on.
Ham, actually.
Kim
Guardiola,
Min-jae.
I don't know why he's committing so far forward. I didn't even realise it was Guardiola, to be honest. Good tackle. Scott AT. Or is it Bruno F? I don't really know. Aussie men's lost the ball anyway.
Possession in the last 15 minutes and created a hatful of chances. But when you're enjoying that amount of possession, you need to make it
He's been
count.
doing well, but Benrahma,
They'll be happy to have
I
regained
thought Mazraoui on that occasion, I thought Benrahma could get through. Donny Van de Beek for Manchester United, bringing the ball forward. I'm going to knock it to... Well, I was going to knock it to Rashford, but it's gone
Rashford.
past him instead, which works, I guess.
And
Rashi
intercepted
to...
it.
That was for Aussie men.
Well, changing
as
circumstances in
Bruno
the
was
Liverpool
marked and
game.
Osimhen
Let's
was
hear all
not.
about it
So,
from Alex Scott.
hence,
It's a goal
the passing
for
idea.
Manchester City. They're the first on the score sheet here with 34 minutes on the clock.
Kukureya
Thanks for the update.
defends well, and now Rashford needs to try and take an Odriozola here.
Not much
He will do
defensive
successfully. He
cover
has the
there on
pace
flank.
advantage, but he doesn't have the brains to get past Soler as well. So McTominay to Van de Beek.
Now, do they mean business on
Alexander
this
in the
occasion?
middle. Oh, I don't know why he's in the middle. I'm not going free roam, but it's taking the piss a little bit. I've got nothing fucking available.
Counter-attacking, very much an option.
Kukureya wins that surely. He does. Somehow it's gone to Kim Min-jae.
Odriozola.
Should be
Looking for the right
Upamecano's.
moment for that final pass.
It is Upamecano's. And it passes to the wrong player again.
And just like that, they don't have the ball
Upamecano gets it
anymore.
back though. Attempt number 2. This time it's gone to the correct player. Bruno to Donny. Osimhen. I don't know how it's made it through, but it has. To Bruno. Well, actually Rashford now. It was to Bruno. Donny! I mean, it's gone a little bit wrong in terms of the passing, but it's found the goal in the end. It was meant to be to Bruno, who, for whatever reason, left it to Rashford. I didn't even press the dummy it, so I don't know why he's left it to Rashford.
Well, here you can see
Rashford
what a
plays
good
it on
goal this
to,
is.
I
He hits it
believe...
so cleanly, and the keeper has no chance.
Oh, I can't remember if it was a
That's
pass to
the right
Alexander
strike.
in between there. It wasn't. Rashford straight to Van de Beek. I thought it was Rashford to Alexander, then Van de Beek. But no, Pickford's been beaten. And we go 1-0 up at the Traff.
So back underway in this game. Manchester United with the advantage.
Right, 1-0. Whether it's against the run of play or whether it's deserved, it's 1-0. I think it's deserved. Of course, I'm biased.
Well, a crucial intervention inside the box.
Why didn't it just let me? Why didn't it just let me boot it? Why did I have to f around with it a little bit?
Van de Beek.
Sorry, what? Did you just teleport in front of me there? West Ham will have one more chance for the break because Donny's lost possession on the halfway line. Upamecano, I'm not risking it. Boot that into the fucking Rosed, Mazwai.
For the first half here at the Theatre of Dreams. Well, high marks for Donny van de Beek based on his first half display. What did you make of him?
Well, I'm sure the manager will be delighted with him. He'll have drilled it into them to keep their focus.
Well, we've got a
keep
goal,
playing
and it
through
has
the
come
half-time
from
whistle,
probably...
and certainly put
You'd
them in a
maybe
good
think of it as a
position to
likely
go on and
source,
win
but
this
so
now.
far this season it's not been a very likely source of goals. But Donald van de Beek has given us the lead.
A game that should be full of
I don't even know if his first name is Donald,
and
but
it's West
call him
Ham
Donald.
United who begin.
It's more official, more professional. I'll call him
Body
Donny.
in the way.
Right. But anyway, 1-0 to the good. Liverpool losing to City. Come on, Liverpool. The one game I actually would be fine with you winning. Burnley drawing 1-0 with Arsenal. However, that's an interesting one. If Burnley can get the win in that one, or points off Arsenal, that would help as well, because it means Arsenal aren't as close. Newcastle leading West Brom 1-0. Aston Villa drawing 1-0 with Wolves. Leicester and Southampton will play later on in the day. 61 to 39 in terms of possession, 8 shots to 3, 3.1 expected goals to 2.3, because even though West Ham have been accurate with all their shots, I feel like we've had more of the ball and more of the chances, and we deserve to have this 1-goal lead that we currently possess. So let's go to the second half, and let's wrap this bastard up.
Time for a few twists and turns here.
Kukureya,
Rashford.
We can get a goal straight out of the
Bruno
gate
Fernandes
here.
has it. Oh, that's a pass of high quality. It's still alive.
Just like that, except without the Pickford save.
Great defending. Well, threat over for now.
Pickford's a little pain in the
Well, what a
arse,
great
man. That's why I
save
said if
that
we
was
get a
to
goal,
win
we'll be lucky.
May just
We
be
just
the
need to, I think,
impetus
more.
they
Oh,
need,
what
as
the
they
fuck is
certainly
he
haven't been at
fucking
their
locked
best
off
today.
Mazwai for? I think if we get a goal, we're probably sorted, is what I was going to say, but we also need to defend as well. Mazwai blocks. It's going to be a West Ham corner. Romero could be going from Atalanta to West Ham. It's actually not a corner. I'm an idiot. Well, I'm not an idiot. I thought it bounced off Mazraoui, to be fair. Mazraoui into Donny, who's been decent today, and he's got the goal, so I don't know if he'll come off for Bellingham just yet, if at all. Rashford into Aussie men. Alexander. Donny. He's gone for it again. Might as well keep testing him, because eventually if we keep testing him enough, surely we're breaking down and we get a second.
Johnson in possession.
Can I go Gvardiol? What, like, interesting shot from Fornals. I don't like Gvardiol was on that side to begin with, but when I switched to him, I didn't want to switch straight off him, to be fair. I would have liked to save him for a bit longer, you know, to do what I want to do with him, and then switch off him. Bruno sells him a dream, and now Donny. Well, he saw as he meant, but it's closed down well.
Said Benrahma.
Benrahma
Out of play it goes. He was
jumps out of play.
Pressure.
Making our changes very soon due to the fact that we do have Arsenal next. What changes will they be? It's a good question. Even I don't know yet. Probably a striker change.
So making the substitution now.
Too many strikers. Didn't see who came on, to be honest. Soler coming off for Comisania. Never heard of him, but he now plays for West Ham. Mazraoui to Donny.
It's with McTominay.
McTominay.
Just a reminder,
Spots. Well, you'd think it would go to Rashford, wouldn't you, rather than past him, but I guess FIFA 23, 22. FIFA 23 would be better, is what I was trying to say. Van de Beek. Try to find Bruno. It's gonna. Wait, that's not gonna go at me. Ah, fair enough. I bounced in my path, but I guess I was wrong. That's a brilliant ball over if Bowen could do anything about it. He can. And Donnarumma has dove for his own player there to make sure he gets the ball, which I like that commitment. I appreciate the commitment. Donny has touched it like a fucking idiot. We could be in trouble. Correa snuffs out the trouble though. Aussie men knocks it to Alexander. 2-0 to City. Jesus has just scored. I'm going to make some changes anyway, but I just want to see where I've aimed this pass and where it's actually gone. How does it decide Aussie men there? It's more to Fernandez. I wanted to make substitutions. I didn't want to press resume. We will bring on Bellingham. I know Donny's been good today, but just to freshen things up. In fact, actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. It might be risky. But then again, it might work. And we'll bring... Oh, no, I don't want Ronaldo solo. We'll bring Nunez on for the remainder as well.
Can they create something from here?
I'm considering Hakimi as the final substitution, to be honest with you. If McCann gets in the way, and it's a poor shot straight at Donnarumma. But I'm pretty sure an offside is in there in the build-up anyway, so... We need a second, we really do. It's a similar story to the Brighton game. Because they're probably going to score. Bellingham and Nunez coming on for Fernandez and Aussie men. Just to freshen things up a little bit. I was going to bring off Alexander as well, but he's just too vital. Bellingham. Alexander.
Well, when you sit off like this, you invite pressure.
Loves these darting runs into Bellingham. That's a poor foul, but Darwin Nunez tried to take a shot on him. Maybe should have just called it back for the foul, really, but My defence goes so they commit so far ahead. I don't even mean to do it half the time. Easy ball from Mazraoui to get. Donny. If I'm didn't make the move, so it was easy one to win. Bellingham. McTominay. Out to Rashi. Into Nunez. Is he onside? He is. I'm pressing fucking B!
Well, he had to get that right, didn't he? That's good goalkeeping.
Got the ball back anyway. Rashford. Bellingham. Rashi. Oh, so many West Ham players back right now. Donny. Rashford. Nunez. There we go. It's actually press B. It's not the shot I wanted to do, but it's gone in the back of the net. And Darwin Nunez, after not pressing B about 3 minutes ago, has now pressed B, and it is 2-0 Manchester United.
It's a very good goal, and they deserve it, you have to say. They've been excellent.
It's not really how I want to shoot it. I was aiming a bit more bottom right with a bit more power. But I ain't complaining. The goal's a goal. The game's the game. It's it. I have closed the stream by accident on my phone, so now I have to open up again. But 2-0, which means West Ham are now allowed a consolation that they'll probably get. So, first goal of the Premier League season for Darwin Nunez, which is good as well. He gets off the mark. And Meccano heads it to Van de Beek. Darwin Nunez back to Donny, who has been cut down in his prime. And a yellow card, I believe it's Johnson who's got the yellow card here. I could be incorrect, but it is. I'm not incorrect. I'm never incorrect. Silly. And we definitely needed the win here today at Old Trafford because we could potentially lose to Arsenal. They always seem to be a bit of a bogey team in FIFA in general. But we've got a bit of a grievance against them from last season. I'm not going to bring up the scoreline that they beat us by because it's just a load of dog shit. But Arsenal, we have a little bit of beef with them. Out to Alexander. Just try and get us in somehow. He does towards Nunez. Worth a shot. But I think it was handballed by Nunez as he was taking that shot. And there'll be a free kick.
Kim.
And now West Ham will be looking for a late route back into this game if they can find it. We'll be hoping we can prevent that.
Their 1- and 2-touch passing has been sharp.
That's why you get interception.
They've scored some good goals. They just need to keep their concentration.
Donny to Alexander. Cuts in. I wanted to knock off to Donny before I lost it, but I couldn't quite. And now we've got no fullback. This is the problem. Mazraoui is far too attacking. And we can't win the header with Gvardiol somehow. McTominay does intercept, which is very important. And we get it away. To Alexander once again. 4 minutes to go here of injury time. Alexander takes Ben Johnson out of the play completely. It's going to come to Bellingham. Straight at Pickford after the Nunez pass. Cucurella does get in the way but gets the ball nowhere. West Ham have one last chance to break my clean sheet, which they probably will. Probably won't. Rashi takes him on, and that should do it, but we're going to get one more chance here.
Well, that is how to run at defenders and crossed in the direction of the back post.
Towards Alexander, it's headed away, but that will do the trick for this game. Ladies and gentlemen, a 2-0 victory here at Old Trafford against
3 points for them. What did you make of it all?
West Ham.
Fairly comfortable in the end, wasn't it? Thought they controlled the middle of the park for the most part, and going forward, there were some really nice, incisive plays as well. Good result for them.
And I think it's fair to say he'll be happy with his own contribution in this game, Stuart.
Yeah,
Nunez grabbing the goal to seal the deal after I yelled at him to press B and he didn't. Then did press B 3 minutes later and got us a goal to make sure of it after Van de Beek opened the scoring 3 minutes before the break. They were hard to break down, and Pickford was hard to beat, but in the end we did it twice. And we'll take the 3 points on this one happily. Remain at the top of the table regardless of other results. Take a look at the stats. Absolutely deserved today. 64 to 36 in terms of possession, 17 shots to 4, and 5.8 expected goals to 2.4. Donnarumma keeps a clean sheet as well. Some good performances all around. Man of the match will go to Donny van de Beek, who did have a very good game in midfield today, and you can't dispute it. I actually brought off Bruno rather than him to accommodate Bellingham for that second half. 8.2 and a goal from Donny van de Beek. 2 assists on the day from Marcus Rashford with a 7.4 rating. And Darwin Núñez providing the other goal and a 7.1 after coming on for Aussie men, who didn't really do too well today. It's a bit weird. Man of the match, if you have to pick one for West Ham, is Jordan Pickford, and I'd have to agree. 7 saves out of the 9 shots he had on his goal. 2 goals conceded. He's not going to save them all the time, to be fair. The best outfield player was Mikel Merino. Or to be fair, he was more or less invisible. I didn't really pay attention to him. And then we do end up getting the victory, 2-0. I think that's everything sorted, everything reviewed. And we'll go into the post-match interview. City did end up winning 3-1. Arsenal won 3-1 as well.
Hi, just a couple of questions for
We
you.
won 2-0. We're unbeaten since the Leicester game still. We're not giving anything away. We have to know that we're the best in England. And if that means we lose 5-1 to Juventus beforehand, and we then win the next game 2-0, that's the way it is. Got the result we deserved in the end. Bit difficult, but we did it. And we take 3 points onto the game against Arsenal, which will be a fucking doozy. But we deserved our goals today.
Thanks, that'll be all for today.
McTominay development schedule. Don't tell me he's got to his potential, but I've just realised he might actually be 88. Scott McTominay is 88 rated. Fucking hell. They told him a couple of seasons ago he's reached his potential, but he just keeps fucking pushing through those barriers. He actually could be 90 by the end of the season. Mental. He's so good as well. I don't think I was maybe getting our CDM, but we don't need one. Let's take a look. Excuse me there, game. I've not gone to the squad hub. Let me take a look at development. I want to see if we can get to an 89 as soon as possible. ASAP Rocky. Deep line playmakers work really well. What will get him to 89 quickest? Ball winning midfielder would take him to that next level. The quickest. It might not happen. But like, that's mental. He's 80. Scott McTominay is 88 rated. He's gone from, I think he starts the career mode at 80. That's fucking mental. Fair play, Scotty T. I think Chelsea did beat Spurs by the looks of the Premier League table as well, which is a bit annoying. But we still do have the lead in the Premier League table after match day 13. They won 1-0. Up next, we will have Arsenal at the Emirates. Chelsea will have Everton. Man City will have Tottenham. Surely that's a loss for Man City already. Sure, that's an immediate L. But top of the table, the top 4 at the moment. Did Liverpool drop points again, by the way? Oh, they lost to Man City. Yeah, they played Man City. Am I dumb? I might be dumb. It's becoming a 3-horse race for the Premier League title early on here. Manchester United top on 32, Chelsea second on 31, and Manchester City on 30. Liverpool on 23 to complete the top 4. Arsenal hanging about like a bad smell, though, and if they beat us, Liverpool lose again, they will go into top 4. Leicester 6th. Spurs sloping down to 8th. Reading down the table here, the relegation zone is Southampton, West Brom, and Sheffield United, who do get a point. Who do you get a point against? Am I blind? Or have I just scrolled past it? I scrolled past it. They got a point against Bournemouth. So that is going to be that for another episode of this career mode. I can't believe Scotty McTee is 88 overall, man. I want to take a look at his overall stats real quick, because that's fucking insane. It's like it's mental how good he's become in this career mode. Look at those stats. 90 aggression, 91 interceptions, 87 reactions, 93 stamina, 86 strength, 88 ball control. He's got 73 finishing for CDM, which is pretty good. What's his long shots? 82. 86 shot power as well. He's fucking good. Long shot taker and a team player. What a legend. He should really be captain, but Bruno has got a leadership trait, which might be partly why I've given it to Bruno over McTominay. But that will wrap up another episode of the career mode today. We have absolutely turned Scott McTominay into a machine. I can't believe it, to be honest with you. But a great performance from him. But ladies and gentlemen, I will see you next time. We will save over first. But if we lose to Arsenal, if they beat us, they will go into the top 4 and we may lose top of the table. So this Arsenal game is big. They did start badly, but they've really come around, and we really need to make sure they don't come around anymore by beating us. But that will be next episode. That'll be the final episode I record today as well, if maths serves me correct. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time when we do take on the mighty Arsenal.